Are you feeling the squeeze of financial uncertainty? You're not alone. In fact, more people than ever are grappling with the fear of job loss, soaring inflation, and a precarious financial future. But why? In the face of these challenges, do we find ourselves spending more than ever? If you're enjoying what you're seeing so far, give us a quick thumbs up. And if you're not part of our community yet, hit that subscribe button. Now, let's dive into the heart of the matter. It's no secret that financial stress is on the rise. With inflation rates climbing and savings dwindling, many Americans are feeling the pinch. But what's driving this paradoxical surge in spending? For many, spending has become a coping mechanism in the face of uncertainty. Whether it's indulging in luxury goods or seeking short-term thrills, we're seeing a shift in priorities that reflects a deeper underlying anxiety. You see, it's not just about the numbers on paper. It's about the underlying emotions driving our financial decisions. Picture this. Inflation is creeping up. Your savings are taking a hit. And suddenly, that impulse to splurge on a fancy dinner or treat yourself to a new gadget feels irresistible. It's like a subconscious attempt to regain a sense of control in an increasingly uncertain world. And it's not just about the act of spending itself. It's about what it represents. It's about finding a fleeting moment of relief from the constant barrage of bad news and economic uncertainty. Whether it's treating yourself to that designer handbag or booking a spontaneous weekend getaway, these moments of indulgence offer a temporary escape from the stressors of everyday life. But as we'll explore, this cycle of spending can ultimately exacerbate our financial woes if left unchecked. Take, for example, the stories of young Americans who feel they're falling behind financially, or to millions who see home ownership as an unattainable dream. These narratives underscore a pervasive sense of disillusionment with traditional financial goals. Let's zoom in on these narratives for a moment. Imagine being a young professional fresh out of college, eager to carve out your place in the world, only to be met with mounting student loan debt and stagnant wages. It's a frustrating reality for many millennials and Gen Z who find themselves grappling with a harsh economic landscape. And then there's the dream of home ownership, a cornerstone of the American dream that feels increasingly out of reach for millions. It's not just about having a place to call your own. It's about stability, security, and a sense of accomplishment. But as housing prices soar and wages fail to keep pace, that dream starts to feel more like a distant fantasy. These stories paint a vivid picture of a generation grappling with financial uncertainty and disillusionment. It's a stark reminder that the traditional markers of success, like home ownership and financial stability, are becoming increasingly elusive for many. And as these aspirations slip further out of reach, it's no wonder that we're seeing a shift in priorities and attitudes towards money. But perhaps the most insidious effect of our current financial climate is crisis fatigue. When every headline screams of impending doom, it's easy to become desensitized to the very real challenges we face. Let's dive into a phenomenon that's been quietly creeping into our collective psyche: crisis fatigue. Picture this: you wake up, grab your morning coffee, and scroll through the news only to be bombarded with doom and gloom headlines about economic downturns, market crashes, and skyrocketing prices. It's enough to make anyone want to try to bury their head in the sand and pretend it's not happening. But here's the thing: when every headline feels like a dire warning, it's easy to start tuning it all out. We become desensitized to the constant drumbeat of bad news, numbing ourselves to the very real challenges we face. And that's where the danger lies. When we're no longer able to distinguish between genuine threats and sensationalized clickbait, we run the risk of becoming complacent in the face of real economic challenges. It's like the boy who cried wolf, except in this case, the wolf is our financial security. And as we grow increasingly apathetic towards the headlines, we risk overlooking the very real steps we need to take to safeguard our futures. Let's unpack the influence of financial influencers in today's digital age. With platforms like YouTube and TikTok dominating our screens, it's no surprise that these influencers hold considerable sway over our financial decisions. But here's the million-dollar question. Are they leading us down the path to financial enlightenment? Or are they simply adding fuel to the fire? It's a fine line between offering genuine advice and perpetuating sensationalism, and all too often, we see the latter taking precedence. Take a scroll through your favorite social media platform, and you're bound to come across countless videos touting predictions of impending market crashes or promising foolproof get-rich-quick schemes. But here's the harsh truth. These flashy headlines often mask a lack of substance, leaving viewers more confused than enlightened. In an era where clicks and views reign supreme, sensationalism has become the name of the game, drowning out voices of reason and leaving us vulnerable to misinformation. And the consequences? Well, they can be downright disastrous for those seeking financial stability in an already tumultuous landscape. In the midst of this financial turmoil, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and powerless. But fear not, because amidst the chaos, there is a glimmer of hope. By arming ourselves with knowledge and seeking out reputable sources of financial advice, we can begin to chart a course towards a brighter, more secure future. It's time to take control of our financial destinies and break free from the cycle of crisis fatigue that threatens to hold us back. So, where do we begin? It starts with a willingness to challenge the status quo and engage in open, honest conversations about money, whether it's discussing budgeting tips with friends or diving into the intricacies of investing with a trusted advisor. Every conversation brings us one step closer to financial empowerment. Together, we can dismantle the barriers that stand between us and financial independence, paving the way for a brighter tomorrow. But let's not stop there. As we embark on this journey towards financial freedom, let's remember that our actions today have the power to shape the future for generations to come. By making informed decisions and investing in our own financial education, we can create a legacy of prosperity that extends far beyond our own lifetimes. So let's roll up our sleeves, ignite the conversation, and reclaim our financial independence. The road ahead may be uncertain, but with determination and perseverance, we can navigate these waters with confidence and build a future that's truly worth fighting for. Thank you for tuning in to another insightful episode of Wealthway. We trust that the strategies and insights discussed here will help you on your financial path. If you found this video helpful, please show your support by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more wealth-building content. If you have any questions or want to share your thoughts, drop them in the comments section below. Until our next rendezvous, continue your journey towards financial success. And always remember, your wealth is within reach.